Right to those breaking details on a serious medical scare for the family of Vice President Joe Biden. His son, Beau, in a Texas hospital right now for testing. And ABC's Jim Avila has the latest. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Laura. A rare press release from the vice president's office overnight about the health of the vice president's son, Beau Biden. His symptoms could be considered serious because of family medical history. He's already had a stroke 3.5 years ago, and his father had an aneurysm at age 45. This morning, the vice president's office says the younger Biden is undergoing tests at an undisclosed hospital in Houston. His famous father by his side.
He's the father I've always known, the grandfather my children love and adore.
The 44-year-old is more than just the vice president's son, the attorney general of his home state of Delaware, and an Iraq war veteran. He's seen as a rising star in the Democratic Party, mentioned as a future governor, or to one day fill his father's old Senate seat.
First things first, make sure I focus on my family, focus on my job.
But on Wednesday, the father of two began suffering weakness, feeling disoriented while driving to a family vacation in Indiana. Concerning symptoms similar to ones 3 years ago when he suffered a mild stroke. This time, at the first sign of trouble, Biden traveled north to Chicago's Northwestern Medical Center, and the next day onto the same Philadelphia hospital where he was treated in 2010. He was later discharged and spent the weekend at his family home. This Twitter picture shows him on the porch with the vice president. The White House is not releasing any details of Beau Biden's condition, saying only he's undergoing tests in Houston.
Okay,
George?
Jim, thanks. Let's get more on this now from Dr. Richard Besser. And Rich, you just don't think of someone this young being subject to a stroke.
Yeah, I mean, most people aren't. There's 700,000 strokes a year. About 5 to 10% are in people who are younger than 45. The causes are different. In old people, it's from hardening of the arteries. In young people, the leading cause is they don't know, but it can also be from a heart defect or a torn artery.
So what are the warning signs to watch for?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be thinking about it. The acronym, the letters to remember are FAST. The F is for face. Look for facial droop. The A is ask people to raise their arms. If they drift, that's a sign of a stroke. The S is for speech, any slurring of the speech. And the T is for time, because you have 4.5 hours to give a clot-busting drug that could save a life.
So you see those symptoms, get to the hospital right away. Final question, Jim pointed out, Joe Biden back in 1988 had a serious brain aneurysm. Yeah. Is this in any way hereditary?
Well, I mean, it's a good question. If you have a relative who had an aneurysm, your risk of having one doubles. It's still small, but it doubles. So that's clearly something they would be looking for in someone whose father had an aneurysm.
Okay, Rich Besser, thanks very much.